What's up, you guys? So today I'm telling you another paranormal story time. If you don't believe in this sort of thing or whatever, that's perfectly fine. I don't care. Just there's no need to leave any nasty comments down below or whatever. So yeah, let's just get on right into it. So this is going to be kind of a series of a few different things that happened because this is just taking place at my apartment that I used to live in. So I'm just going to kind of group them together because they're not really long enough to tell just by themselves. There's just a few instances that happened that should be kind of grouped together. So that being said, the first kind of thing that is of interest is that I would get really eerie feelings at night, especially like around 12 or 1, later on in the living room area and the kitchen area. Granted, that could have just been because for the first few months I was living completely on my own, and that can kind of freak you out a little bit, but I didn't really want to go out there alone at night, so I would like flip on all the lights if I had to and sort of run out there, get whatever I needed, and come back into my bedroom. It's important that you guys know that my boyfriend, now fiance, lives with me and did live with me then as well. I lived on my own for 3 months and then he moved in. So he was living with me when this happened. So that's kind of important to know. So this thing that happened, I was laying down in bed in our bedroom, obviously. And I had my back to the edge of the bed and I was facing sort of the middle of the bed. And I had my hand propped up with my phone and I was watching some videos. Now, it was really weird for me to be alone in the bedroom because usually my fiance is the first one to sleep, so I always kind of ended up coming in after him. But for some reason this night I was extra tired, so I was asleep or in the bedroom attempting to go to sleep before he was. So anyways, I was watching videos and I see kind of out of the corner of my eye what I think is my fiance walking in the bedroom. The door is directly in front of the bed, so I saw him walk in the bedroom and go around the bed and sort of bend over into his nightstand. So I assumed he was getting like headphones or something out of his nightstand. So then, you know, I don't think anything of it, and then I kind of glance up after like a second and he's not there. And I'm kind of going, well, you know, that would be way too quick for him to have like gone out of the bedroom, because I literally noticed him bend down and then I kind of like glanced up and nothing was there. So I just kind of brushed it off. I was like, well, you know, maybe I looked later than I thought or whatever. So I brushed it off until he got into bed about 30 minutes later. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, did you come into the bedroom to like get something? And he's like, no, I haven't been in here at all, you know? And you know, he could lie to me, but there was no reason for him to lie to me. I don't know. That's, again, could be something in my peripheral that I just saw, but to me that was just sort of weird because I really did see like a full figure that I assumed was my fiance. And it was kind of like a shadow because the only light in the room was illuminating from my phone. So it was just as if, you know, a shadow was passing by, but I assumed it was him. So that one was like odd and gave me kind of the creeps. Another sort of weird thing that happened in the bedroom is that I would be laying there, and this seemed to happen in the morning, which is interesting, like when it was light, and I'd be laying in the bed. My fiance would be in the living room doing whatever he was doing, and I would just be laying there, my eyes closed, and I'd hear footsteps. And this was strange because I did live in a 2-story apartment building, and the person above me, like, you could hear her walking around, but it wasn't the same noise at all. Like with her, you could hear it and it would like crack like wood, you know, like, oh, it sounds like when you're walking on wood, like on the top floor, it kind of creaks and cracks and stuff as you walk along. And that wasn't it at all. It was like someone walking on the carpet next to me, because our apartment was all carpet. So it sounded as if someone was walking around the bed, because it was just soft footsteps like on carpet. So that freaked me out because it wasn't my fiance, because he was in the living room and I wouldn't be able to hear him walk. It honestly sounded as if someone was walking around the bed. So that that kind of creeps me out now. And that happened multiple times because, you know, the first time I had my eyes closed and I heard it and I assumed my boyfriend, again, was in the room. So I look around and again, no one's there. It happened kind of all throughout our stay there. So that was another sort of interesting thing. The next thing that happened though really sort of not freaked me out, but like made me go, okay, something is going on here. And this is sort of like the last like biggest thing that I experienced. And so this was happening right around finals and right before we were about to move out, like about a month or so before we were going to move out, because we moved out of that apartment June 1st and into our house in that same week. But this happened, I'd say, like in May, like beginning of May. So I was prepping for finals. I had a biology final, and for that class we had notes that we would take. He had printable notes that you'd print out online, and then you filled in as you went to class, and he talked, so you'd fill in the blanks and everything. So we had these super thick packets, and that's what the entire final was going to be based on. So I was going through making flashcards for each section of notes, and I'm going through and I get to like this one set of notes that I can't for the life of me find. And keep in mind, I kept these notes very, very organized. I left them all in my backpack. I never took them out. And I flipped through this packet of notes like 1,000 times. I couldn't find them for the life of me. So I finally, I was looking everywhere in my apartment. I looked in my bedroom. I looked under my couch. I looked literally everywhere. And this was a small apartment. So looking everywhere, I should have found them, basically. I even looked in my car. I looked everywhere. Couldn't find them anywhere. So finally I just gave up that night and I was like, oh, whatever. I'm just going to reprint them and redo them so I can study because I need to move on. Because it was only like, I think, the third chapter or something of notes. So I really needed to get these notes done because I was really worried about getting ready for the finals. So I print them out. I redo everything. And I had left the stack of notes of all the chapters on the ground beside the couch. And we had like a long ottoman that was in front of the couch. And so I set the new packet of notes, the new one, down on the ottoman and I went to sleep. Right, I went to bed. I woke up the next morning and I'm having my coffee sitting on the couch. And I look down at my little pile of notes there. And what do I see? The missing notes that I couldn't find, stacked perfectly on top, right in front, like clear as day on top, sat right there perfectly in place, and the packet of notes that I had printed out was on the ottoman, so it wasn't the same notes at all. Yeah, so somehow either I magically missed this like packet of notes that was directly on top of all my other notes, like right in front, like as soon as I picked it up, I would have seen it, or something weird happened. I don't know. That like freaked me out to the point, like I was just like, how? Like I know for a fact that there's no way I would have missed it because, when you're looking through something continuously, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you can kind of miss it because you keep going through it, so your eyes don't see it as much. But I would set it down, walk away, look for other things, come back, pick up the notes, look at them again, and they weren't there. I swear they weren't there. So I don't know how they got there. I don't know where they went in the first place. But yeah, those are the things that kind of happened in that apartment. Ugh, that notes one still kind of gets me. Like sometimes I'll still think about that and just be like, yeah, that was weird. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little paranormal story time. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and please comment down below if you have any of your own experiences, or link me to one of your videos that you've done of paranormal experiences, because I would love to hear it. That's like one of my favorite things to watch. So yeah. Also, if you would like to not miss any content from me, I've recently been uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then please subscribe and you'll get new content from me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you get me 3 times a week, so that's pretty good in my book. Yeah, all my social media links will be in the description below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!